Hey Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here. Just a quick review or reaction to the game this morning. Liverpool 5, Tottenham Hotspur 1. I think it's fair to say we were wiped off the pitch. Liverpool were excellent. I think they would have beaten anyone today. Had a bit of hope for the game, of course. You know, I never predict that Spurs are going to lose a game. But when the lineup came out, I thought, all right, we're going for Europa Cup or bust, and all the spoils and riches that will give us. But we started fairly brightly, and the early goal by Dom Solanke from a corner gave me a bit of hope for a few minutes anyway. And we did look good for about maybe 10 minutes. I'll give us 10 minutes, but then Liverpool started cranking it up, and they had a goal disallowed for offside as well. And it was kind of all over Red Rover by the end of the first half. Second half, made some changes. Took off Maddison and one of the other midfielders. Who was the other one? Gray struggled a bit in the first half, which I was surprised at. But I mean, that can happen when you weren't playing probably the best team in the world at the moment, one of them anyway. And we brought on Sarr and Kulu, give him some minutes. I thought Tell looked all right up on the wing, but he gave Gray a bit of a hospital pass in the first half, and Gray, I don't think, read it quite right, and that led to one of Liverpool's goals. But hey, you know, these things happen in football. Like I say, I think Liverpool would have beaten anyone today. It was their day. The crowd was up for it, and you know, if Spurs want to reach that level of success, we can see what we need to do. Team can see what they need to do, and I think also us as fans can take a leaf out of the Liverpool support book as well, because our support ain't there at the moment. And it makes a hell of a difference. Hopefully, when we play Bodo Glimt on Thursday, the crowd will be up for it. And I hope even if we go 1-0 down, the crowd will remain up for it, and instead of like folding a little bit or going a bit quiet. But you can't really begrudge Liverpool. Well done to them, Premier League champions, 4 games before the end. Clearly the best team this season. Arsenal miss out yet again. They'll end up winning nothing, and we'll end up winning something. And for all the talk, it's funny how, you know, I think some of the chatter on manager alternatives have gone out the window at the moment. Iriola, Frank, Silva, they're all struggling a little bit. I predict that if people are going to pick a manager to add to the list, you just look at the team who's had the recent run of form, won the last 3 games, and there's only one team that's done that at the moment, that's Wolves. So there's my tip. People will be wanting the Wolves manager in. But I mean, I think it's madness changing a manager at this stage of the season. Give it to the end of the season. We've got a cup to win. We've got a cup to go out and win. I think there's no real chance of going into caretaker mode, even though it's an election here in Australia. But if Spurs go into caretaker mode, we're going to be worse. So I haven't really had a look around. I haven't even actually seen what Ange has said about the game. I had a nice sleep, went to bed early, got up, watched the game, and I did a stream this morning. I didn't do a watch along. It's pissing down with rain today in Sydney, so yeah, lovely. Great day. What can you do? I'm not going to be pissed off and upset about it, because I support the team through thick and thin, win, lose or draw. And there's going to be a lot of chatter out there as usual. But hey, if you lose to Liverpool 1-0 or 5-1, it's the same difference really. We weren't in the game, but Liverpool really had their tails wagging. I mean, they were fast, ruthless. Passing was excellent, running was excellent, and we were a bit stunned after a while. We just couldn't get back into the game in the second half at all, which is a shame, because a win at Liverpool would have been a bit of a fillip for the Europa League game on Thursday. But that's football, man, and I still remain positive about the whole thing, because winning a cup is winning a cup, and we've got a great chance of doing that. And Ange, if he does that, will join the likes of John Cameron, Peter McWilliam, Arthur Rowe, Bill Nick, Keith Birkinshaw, Terry Venables, Juan Ramos, and George Graham. So for all this talk about Ange being our worst manager ever, they'll put him up there. He'll put him up there, and we'll see what happens in the close season, what the sort of chat is then, what the club will decide. But I think with such a young team, I think it'd be worth persevering into next season. See how we go. We've still got a few tricky fixtures, and it looks very apparent that we are definitely focusing on Europa League, because, I mean, apart from winning the cup itself, that gets us in the Champions League next year as well, doesn't it? So can't complain about that. The season in the league was shot long ago. I don't care if we finish like 11th or 17th. If we win a trophy, that's a good season. We've got to 2 semi-finals. So it was a fun stream. I did after the game. I like most people upbeat as usual. It's weird. I find it weird that Spurs fans come in and, you know, have a go. It's like, well, we all lost, mate, you know. But like I say, if we as a fan base start cheering the team on like Liverpool do, we might get somewhere. At the moment, with all the discontent, and I reckon if we beat Bodo Glimt, people start casting shade on it. They're already casting shade on a possible Europa Cup, saying, we haven't beaten anyone or whatever. But we had to finish 5th in the last in the league last year. Don't forget to get a ticket to the dance party. So it'd be a great achievement, man. I love it. But you can't count your chickens until they're hatched. I hope people settle down, but yeah, it's online, isn't it? Don't bother looking at it. I saw a couple of headlines. Same old shit, innit? Same old predictable shit. Lots of drama, lots of hot and cold, you know. People were either quiet or hot after Frankfurt. Then they got cold again after Nottingham Forest, and even probably more colder after losing to Liverpool at Anfield, which Spurs often do. We don't win there much. We're one of the few teams that have beaten Liverpool this year, and for all that, I think someone said that they've got 10 past us this year. Well, we've still got, I think, five past them, which is more than a lot of teams this year. Add to, you know, our Frankfurt performance, where Frankfurt have only lost 4 times at home this season. I don't think they've conceded too many goals, or not. I think they've not scored. They've not failed to score a goal at home this season. So it's not all doom and gloom. Onwards and upwards. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Keep smiling. Get behind the lads. Win, lose or draw. Peace and love, man. And come on, you Spurs.